We're going to learn how to think like a spy. And this is the exact formula. You can remember it. Data, okay? Who's your data? Data, analyze, decide, and act. I was out with this girl once and we were sitting around this pond. There was these kids and they had these masks on. And they had like these bats in their hand. It was late at night, about 11, 12 o'clock. So I'm sitting with the girl on the park bench, and these kids are on the other side of the lake, and they begin to walk towards us. And so immediately I begin to think, is this a threat? Are they going to attack us, or are they just kids? Now in her mind, she's not really paying attention. She's just having a good time, enjoying the pond, enjoying the evening, and she doesn't think anything of it, okay? But me, I sense something's wrong in the way their body language is. They're fucking wearing masks, okay? It's not that difficult. So I gather data, okay? I gather the data. They have masks on, they have bats in their hands, they're young, they're reckless. I begin to analyze the situation. Situation. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I remember this so clearly. They made me feel like I was going to get in a fight. I remember feeling like ready to snap. So I begin to analyze the situation. The next moment comes and I decide what I'm going to do. And so I grab her by her arm, I say, "Get up." One of them begins to walk towards us with the bat in his hand, but he's not saying anything. And I look at him, I just stare him right in the fucking eyes. Like, you better leave us alone. That was part of my action. That was the moment that I decided, let's head back to the car. And I sent her ahead while I stared at this guy. You gather data. You analyze the situation. You make your decision, and then you act. This is from a book called Think Like a Spy. And the spy actually was inside of a bus. This is how spies, this is a formula that they use. He was sitting inside of the bus and this guy comes up to him and he says, "Give me your phone." And it's like this guy and he's drugged up, his pupils are glossed over, and you know, he's got a knife. And the spy is telling the story about how each one of these applies to making the best decision. And this may sound bloody simple, man, but like a lot of us do not do this, and not even in dangerous situations, but in life in general. How often do we collect mass amounts of data because of the internet? We analyze everything, but we never do this or this. With the former, we never actually decide to make an action. We get stuck right in here. We just are collecting, overthinking, and we never actually decide to take an action. This is the correct way, in this order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys, you don't want to be stuck here. This is where anxiety happens. This is where stagnation happens. This is where no progress is made. You actually have to do these two. And so whenever you're faced with something in life, when you're faced with a decision, opportunity cost. For every action, there's opportunity cost. If you go to the movies and watch Black Panther, there's an opportunity cost because you could be hanging out with your siblings, or you could be at home reading a book. Opportunity cost for everything. If you spend $2 at McDonald's, you could have spent that $2 somewhere else. Data. Analyze. Decide. Act. It's that simple. All right, remember this formula, and you will now be able to think more clearly and formulate a plan.